Hi, this is Melissa with the ProgressBook team, and I'm making this video on Tuesday, the 17th of May. Last week on Wednesday, we came in to find the 21.3 release installed, and we had asked Frontline to hold off on installing it, but there was a miscommunication and it got installed, much to our surprise. So we're a little behind, but now I'm making the release video. I'm going to highlight a couple of things, but it's always important that you go back and skim through the release notes. All of our documentation can be found by clicking on the question mark. If you want release notes, they're here. And this is a combined release notes. If you're looking for the new functionality for grad points, you can go to product guides, and then there's a grad points check or a grad points end user guide. So tons of good stuff in here. So let's talk about some release highlights. So I have production up in my fake school and my fake kid. One of the biggest changes in this release is you no longer enter student memberships for the graduation seals. There's only one exception to that, and that's the seal of biliteracy. It still needs a membership code added for the kid. But all the other 5-1 XXXX membership codes have been removed. So you no longer add memberships for kids for seals. All the memberships they had entered were removed, and those were automatically converted to check boxes. So what I mean by that, so if I pull up the grad points summary for Ruth Acevedo, and actually I want to get to the exemptions and requirements page. So the program codes that you had entered, they automatically, there was a script that ran and automatically checked the appropriate boxes. So right now in the 21.3 release, there is no way to mass add seals. So right now you have to go kid by kid, check the boxes. The other thing that changed, so now there's no membership codes. So there's a GQ transfer that our EMIS coordinators run that automatically generate the corresponding program code. And I want to show you where you can find that list of program codes. So remember, I said the doc site's here. We're going to go to the release notes, the 21 cycle, and I'm going to scroll down all the way to the 21.3. And on this page 28, it outlines the program code records for graduation seals earned. So these are the corresponding codes that will get sent in the GQ transfer. So the seal of biliteracy, for students who earn the seal of biliteracy, what you're going to do for those, and this is another new thing in this 21.3 release. Before, you would go to the FN graduate tab and you'd mark this. Now all of this is grayed out. You cannot touch this. These proficient foreign language, I can't mark that they met the fine arts requirement because all of that has been moved to the student exemptions page. So there's this handy dandy link here, or you can type it in the cheater, but it takes you back to where these check boxes are. But in this section, EMIS graduation elements, here's where you're going to mark those FN items. Here's where you mark which foreign languages the student is proficient in. Then you add the corresponding membership code for Zulu, Persian, and I'm not sure honestly how to pronounce that second one. So when you update something on here, I'm going to update this diploma type to be academic with honors, and I'm going to click the update. Notice it didn't update this honors, but because what you want to do whenever you update something on this page, you want to then go to the grad point summary. When in doubt, always check for updated information. Always click this button before you send us a ticket about grad points, because chances are you just need to recalc. So now that recalc is done, and if I go back to that exemptions page, it's going to have that honors marked and it's grayed out. Okay, this honors and the college ready are the only two that are grayed out and I cannot mark. The college ready is based off of the remediation free ACT or SAT. As soon as that ACT or SAT score is entered and you go recalc the grad points, then the college readiness seal will be marked. Okay, let's see what else we've got. So again, the FN graduate items, they're read only now on this FN tab. So I want to stress that again. You cannot update things on this FN graduate tab. You have to do it on the exemptions. There are a couple other new things on this exemption. Like this section, grad plan details, is a work in progress. You can't expand that and open it. The same as grad elements, that's the new item. We've got the seals down here. We've got other, these were here before. Graduation exemptions, requirements. These should look familiar to you. What else is new in grad points? And there will be a separate video coming out explaining this new item, this button right here. There'll be a separate video about this grad plan. So what you do, you have a kid in context and then you click that button and you're going to get a PDF generated. At this time, you can only run the grad plan for the student in context, but it pulls the data, and this is a template from ODE. This is their grad plan. So again, there'll be a totally separate video explaining everything on this grad plan. So look for that in the very near future. Okay, there has been an issue fixed on the OELPS import. There are some tweaks to the file that you still have to make, and we'll be adding those here right under this ACT tweak you need to make. So this is still relevant. If you upload ACT, you still have to change this. So soon I'll be adding something about the OELPS and the updates you need to make to that file before it will load. Another thing I want to touch on is if we go to this kid's end of course, any place where it said accelerated before now says accomplished. So this used to say performance level 4 accelerated. Now it is changed to accomplished. Anywhere you saw the word accelerated now becomes accomplished. And then a couple other things. District and building info. So there's been there have been updates made to the medical group. So you'll definitely want to check out the release notes for that. And then several of you reported this. If you were using Chrome, which most of us do, the birthplace city was autofilling with the ethnicity, and that has been fixed. That was an issue with the Chrome browser only, and that has been resolved. So in closing, I encourage you to look at the release notes and review them. Again, you find them at the question mark. That's where all of our documentation is. And be on the lookout for another video related just to the grad plan.